America first, global security or global division. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we begin with a very important conversation, one that goes beyond politics, beyond party lines and beyond borders. Today we are talking about Donald Trump, his leadership philosophy known as America first, and what philosophy has meant for global security, immigration, and the way the world relates to the United States. This is not a video about attacking anyone, and this is not a video about defending anyone. This is a video about consequences. So wherever you are watching from, the United States, Africa, Europe, the Middle East, Canada, Latin America, and anywhere else, this discussion includes you. Let me begin with a question I want you to carry in your mind throughout this entire episode. Can one nation truly be secure in an insecure world? Pause a moment and think about that. What did America first really mean? When Donald Trump said America first, many people heard strength. They heard border control, national pride, economic protection, security. And to be fair, every country has the right to protect its people. But here is the deeper question. Protection from what and at what cost? America first was not just a slogan, it was a worldview. It suggested that cooperation is weakened, alliances are liabilities, international agreements are traps, compassion is optional. Trump often threatened global politics like business deals. Someone wins, someone loses. But global security does not work like a business contract. Security works like a system. If one part of the system collapses, pressure spreads everywhere. So let me ask you, if powerful nations pull away from responsibility, who fills the gap? Peace or chaos? Security through strength or through cooperation? Trump administration emphasized military strength, economic pressure, and hard borders. Supporters said this showed power. Critics said it showed isolation. The truth sits somewhere in between. Yes, strength matters, but strength without cooperation often creates fear, not trust. Allies began to feel uncertain. Europe questioned America's commitment. African nations felt ignored. Middle East tensions increased. And when trust breaks down, security becomes fragile. Let's reflect. Do alliances make a country weaker, or do they prevent wars before they start? Immigration enters the security conversation. Under Trump, immigration was no longer treated primarily as a social or economic issue. It was framed as a security threat. Undocumented immigrants were often described using words like criminals, invaders, dangerous. But here is something we must examine honestly. Most undocumented immigrants are not fleeing opportunities. They are fleeing danger, war, terrorism, economic collapse, political instability. Many of these problems are connected to global power decisions, including those made by powerful nations. So let me ask you this. If global instability pushes people to migrate, does punishing migrants solve the problem or hide it? Fear as a tool of governance. Fear is powerful. Fear makes people support extreme measures. Fear makes people accept injustice. Fear makes people stop asking questions. Under Trump, fear became a tool, not just against undocumented immigrants, but within society itself. Communities began to divide: citizens versus immigrants, legal versus undocumented, us versus them. And then societies divide. Security weakens from the inside. Ask yourself, can a nation be secure when trust between neighbors disappears? Global reactions to America first. Outside the United States, many countries began to ask, can America still be trusted? Will agreements still be honored? Is cooperation still possible? In Europe, leaders worried about NATO. Africa, leaders worried about neglect. In the Middle East, leaders worried about escalation. When global leadership becomes unpredictable, instability grows. This is not opinion. This is history. So pause and reflect. Does unpredictability create peace or panic? The message sent to the world: leadership is not just about policy. It is about message. The message many people heard from America first was, your suffering is not our concern. Your instability is not our problem. Your instability is not your problem. Your people are not welcome. Your instability is not our problem. Your people are not welcome. This message affected refugees, immigrants, developing nations. And when people feel abandoned, resentment grows. Resentment fuels extremism. Extremism fuels violence. Violence fuels insecurity. The cycle does not stop at borders. So, here is the question. Can ignoring the world ever make a country safer? Short-term gains, long-term risks. Supporters of Trump point to reduced border crossing at times, strong rhetoric, assertive foreign policy. Critics point to weakened alliances, increased global tension, loss of moral authority. Both sides have arguments, but security is not measured only in numbers. It is measured in stability, trust, prevention of future conflicts. Wars may stop people today, but broken relationships create crises tomorrow. Think about this. Is security about surviving the next election or the next generation? How different regions felt the impact. In Africa, reduced engagement created space for extremist groups. In the Middle East, tensions increased, raising fears of border wars. In the Middle East, tensions increased, raising fears of broader wars. In Europe, uncertainty weakened shared defense confidence. In immigrant communities worldwide, fear replaced hope. These effects are connected. Security is not local anymore. It is global. A moment of honest reflection. Let's slow down here. This is not about loving or hating Donald Trump. It is about asking hard questions. Honestly, did America become safer or just more guarded? Did the world become more stable or more anxious? Did strength unite or divide? There are no easy answers, right? But refusing to ask these questions is the real danger. Let me leave you with this. Security built on cooperation creates resilience. So ask yourself tonight, what kind of security do we want? And who pays the price for it? If this conversation made you think, if it challenged your views, sit with that discomfort. That is where growth begins. In the next episode, we will go into immigration as a security issue and separate facts from fear. Thank you for listening and thank you for thinking. And I'll see you in the next conversation.